Welcome to your Oracle of Love for couples. This reading is a general tarot reading for those that are in relationships, currently dating or seeing someone, or in the courting stage of their relationships. Okay, 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords, King of Wands, 6 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. Okay, starting out with the top card here, the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is a card of family. It is a card of reconciliation. So I feel a lot of you are definitely reconciling this month, or these next 3 months, I should say, in your relationships. It is a card of family, togetherness, reconciliation. So for those that are introducing your loved one to your parents, or they're introducing you, there is potential for future in-laws for some of you. I think you'll be very favorably looked upon within the family. I see a really beautiful embrace here coming from the family. They're quite accepting. So I really feel for some of you, family is definitely family, friends, and the extended family circle is certainly coming in quite prominently for you over the next 3 months, which is a given coming into Christmas. For those that celebrate over the holidays and get together with family, this is certainly something that's on the cards for you. Now, for those that have been thinking about children, you do have 2 cards that have children present. Pets and children. So for some of you that are thinking about buying a pet, adopting a child, conceiving a child, this will be possibly something that comes up for you. Unexpected pregnancies, pre-planned pregnancies, relocations. There's certainly a lot of movement, but definitely expansion. And for those that are in the early stages and aren't thinking of having children just yet, I feel as though there's a wonderful family connection or a wonderful friend connection that's happening here. That's to say, the person that you're interested in romantically, you may be meeting their friends for the first time over the next 3 months, or you may be building upon those existing friendships and really be surprised upon how well you might be getting on with some of these person's friends. Now, the 5 of Cups for some of you is a card of nostalgia. It is a card of reflection. I feel for those that have had some sort of pain or discomfort or unease in their relationships, I feel like this might resurface again. And I feel like this has been the common theme for a lot of fire signs this this time around. So I'm not sure if this has anything to do with the planetary alignments or just what some experiences are coming to be for some of you fire signs. But this notion of third party, or this notion of pain, or this notion of hurt is coming up for you, Leo, and it could be significant for you. I feel like you're reflecting on something, though. I feel like there might be some sort of memories or inner pain or inner turmoil that might come to the surface, particularly if you are dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. There is some sort of emotional resurfacing that's happening for those that are dealing with air signs, I feel. It's definitely someone who has these sort of attributes of an air sign. But I feel there's definitely this reflection that's taking place with the 5 of Cups. Possibly there's a substance, an addiction that comes to the surface, either from you or your partner. I feel like you still have I feel like your partner has your back. You still have a solid support network behind you. You still have a solid relationship together, because the 2 of Cups is the Temperance card. The 2 of Cups is the 2 lovers coming in with mutualness and agreeability. So I feel there's still support behind you, and it's just a fleeting moment or a memory or something. It could even be pains that are completely outside the relationship. It could be hurts or traumas that you may be dealing with, Leo, or that your partner may be dealing with over these next 3 months. So this is also indicative of that. So again, it's just about being a good support system for your partner. You may find that your significant other may be prone to bouts of depression or anxiety during this time. Maybe they're not as connected with their families or friends as they once were, and this in turn is causing them a little bit of nostalgia. Maybe they've moved away from their friends. They've left behind a sort of a life that they once led. So I think this may come to the surface in the next 3 months. Now, the King of Wands is here, and I really feel like it's a time of action for a lot of you. The King of Wands is quite an anxious fellow, but he's quite adventurous and wants to try new things. So I think there's a lot of newness coming into the relationship. As I said, new additions to the family, new friends. Maybe you'll be going on a double date and making new friends through acquaintances and work relationships maybe. But the King of Wands is also a message of travel and movement and not sitting still and doing nothing about it. So I feel like that's a message for you over these next 3 months, not to just, I guess, to take action when you need it. You'll have to step. I feel like there's that nurturing, beautiful energy that you have will definitely be coming to the forefront over the next 3 months. I also feel like those that have had stagnant relationships or relationships that have been a little bit slow to form, or if you've been married for X amount of years and the relationship has become a little bit stagnant and you are at a time where you're reflecting on it, I feel like some sort of change that you will initiate, or if you're dealing with a fire sign, they may initiate it over the next 3 months, and it'll really bring about more adventure into your life, because I do see you having a busy few months ahead in relationships. I feel there's a lot more intimacy with the King of Wands, because he can be representative of passion and sex, intimacy and lust. So I feel for those that have maybe experienced, a drought, so to speak, or lack of physical intimacy, this may be changing within the next 3 months, and there may be this closeness or this spark, a re-sparking in your physical realm, definitely. For some of you, I feel like you're moving in with family or friends, you're moving in with in-laws, or you're moving closer to family and friends somehow. There is possible relocation with the King of Wands and the Six of Swords. So for some of you, there's definitely relocation, travel, or movement. The Six of Swords can also symbolize spiritual and emotional movement. And for those that have been in somewhat turbulent circumstances in their relationships, I feel like you're moving into something more calmer. For others of you, Leos that are out there, I feel like with the Six of Swords, you might be moving away from a relationship. Maybe the relationship is draining you too much, as indicated with the 5 and the 6. First of all, you'll be doing some reflection here. This is some deeper reflection that's happening here. This is something quite confronting that I think you'll be dealing with head on for some of you. And that at the end of this reflection phase will come the movement phase, where you will walk away from a relationship because it no longer serves you, or maybe you decide to take time away from your partner. And if that's the case, I feel like you'll still be in touch with the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is strong communication. It's also the arrows of love. It's things lining up. It's synchronicity. So I feel like for some of you, your relationships are unfolding quite nicely. And for those that are meeting friends and families of the people they are seeing or in relationships with, I feel like this is a good movement, and there will be a very beautiful acceptance from their end, and I feel like this will move things along very, very nicely for you, because we see the steps just flow. It does take time, but I think you're stepping into something that's going to form a bigger picture, and potentially you're with someone that you could have a family with, settle down, buy that dream home, travel, and do all of those things that you're wanting. But the 8 of Wands, I feel like for some of you, this person that you're dealing with or in a relationship with or married to, there's synchronous events around this person. So you might want to reflect back on this relationship and have a look at how the two of you met, how you came together. I feel there's a lot of meaning around why the two of you were brought together and why the two of you are in a relationship. So sometimes it's nice to just reflect back on and see how far you've come with that person, how you initially met. What have you learnt with them so far? So I think this is something a little bit deeper for you, Leo. Maybe you're not used to this sort of love and attention, and maybe you're finally receiving it and you're not quite sure how to handle it. And maybe you're reflecting on it too much, or maybe you're not reflecting enough, and this is required from you going forward in this relationship. But I do see things aligning very, very nicely for some of you. It is involving steps. It is involving time. So I think patience is definitely needed for some of you. For those that have been dealing with a third-party situation, or someone else might be coming into the picture, I feel like there might be news of this. Again, this has been a common theme for all fire signs so far, so I'm not sure why this is coming up. So if you are dealing with a fellow fire sign, maybe it's just reiterating that there's messages for fire signs around this, possibly with the 3 of Swords. But I also feel like it's conflict and it's confusion, and maybe the reflection is really, really needed from you over the next 3 months. And again, it could be just other issues or other things that might be arising for your significant other that might be just distancing the two of you a little bit relationship-wise. But look, I will leave it at that.